Terima kasih kehadirannya, Ambassador Gary, Ketua Umum Kadin Indonesia, high-level government officials, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Mohon izin Bapak Wakil Presiden, saya akan menyampaikan dalam bahasa Inggris. A very good morning to all of us. First, allow me to express my gratitude to His Excellency Bapak Yusuf Kala for honoring us with his presence today. He has always
Your Excellency, an historic occasion. The signing of the Indonesia-Australia Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement brings our two nations closer together than ever before. It marks a new chapter of cooperation, of economic engagement that will further deepen the ties between our people, contributing to a shared future of greater prosperity and cooperation. IACPA is more than just a trade agreement. It is a pillar in the comprehensive strategic partnership between our nations, strengthening not just our economic relations, but also, ultimately, our political, security, development, maritime, education, and people-to-people ties. With today's signing, Indonesia and Australia are sending a message to the world that cooperation and trust within a framework of modern and ambitious trade rules is the best path forward. We are providing new opportunities for our farmers, our teachers and our students, our people to stand side by side, to learn from each other, to create and build prosperity together. Under IACPA, for example, Australian an historic occasion. An historic occasion. An historic occasion.
Pak Wimbo, terima kasih kehadirannya, Ambassador Gary, Ketua Umum Kadin Indonesia, high-level government officials, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Mohon izin Bapak Wakil Presiden, saya akan menyampaikan dalam bahasa Inggris. A very good morning to all of us. First, allow me to express my gratitude to His Excellency Bapak Yusuf Kala for honoring us with his presence today. He has always been very supportive to Australia and Indonesia to conclude the negotiations with the spirit of win-win solutions for both countries. I would also personally thank Mr. Steve Chiobo and Bapak Tom Lembong, who reactivated the Indonesia-Australia agreement, bringing us to where we are today. My great appreciation to the negotiators, experts, and supporting staff from both countries. We really appreciate your efforts and dedication to accomplish this honorable work. I witnessed and involved several negotiations for the past 2 years. Indonesia-Australia CEPA probably the toughest one. So after 9 years of negotiations, we finally reached this moment. Congratulations to all of us. The signing letter today is a landmark agreement, which I hope will bring the two countries grow together. And I could not be more delighted than today to finally welcome my very good friend, Minister Simon, and Australian official and business delegation. Welcome to Indonesia. To all of you, it is a great pleasure to meet you here today. Today is definitely one of the brightest moments of Indonesia-Australia's relations. Indonesia and Australia are big economies. In 2018, combining the Indonesian and Australian economies, we contribute more than 2.4 trillion US dollars to total world GDP. Even though with only 13 million labor force, Australia manages its economy very well, placing her in the top 30 of developed countries. Likewise, Indonesia is a growing economy supported by stable and strong government and macroeconomy. More than 60% of our population are in the productive age, while Indonesia is only a $1 trillion economy now. But by 2050, Indonesia will be the third largest economy in Asia and the fourth in the world. Australia and Indonesia are definitely strategic partners that have to grow hand in hand, and that is why our bilateral relations is so important for both countries. Let me highlight here from three aspects: trade, investment, and human capital. First, on trade, in 2018, the total trade between Australia and Indonesia reached $8.6 billion. Indonesia's main exported products to Australia are petroleum oil, cigars still allowed, not cigarette, wood, monitors and projectors, tires and footwear. Australia's main exported products are petroleum oil, wheat and muslin, coal, live cattle, ferrous and iron ores. All in all, I think Indonesia and Australia have been doing good so far, but not yet great enough for two big and so close economies like us. Indonesia's export to Australia were only 1.2% of total Australia's imports from the world. Likewise, Australia's export to Indonesia were 3.1% of total Indonesia's imports from the world. I believe there are many more products that Indonesia can supply to Australia, and the other way around. As Indonesia records a trade deficit, please let us know which products we could supply more to Australia. Second, on investment, in 2018, Australia is the 10th largest investor in Indonesia, covering 617 projects in Indonesia with a total amount of about $600 million. So far, Australian investment in Indonesia is largely in mining. To some extent in metal, agriculture, real estate, machinery, and transportation. $600 million might sound big, but apparently it is only 2% of total FDI in Indonesia. For all Australian investors coming today, Indonesia is the fourth favorite investment destination in the world, and it has a huge potential. Many areas of investment, let me name a few, which might be of your interest: maritime, logistics, tourism, ICT, financial services, higher education, and vocational training. We are fortunate to have Pak Erlangga, Pak Rudiantara, Pak Tom, Pak Wimbo with us today, who always 24/7 and 365 days be ready to facilitate you to realize your investment in Indonesia. Third, not only trade and investment. For us, the most important thing of a partnership is people-to-people connection and human capital development. And thus, the Indonesia-Australia SEPA has been designed such that to also include a wide array of schemes in human capital development, ranging from skill exchange programs, mutual recognition on professionals, to work and holiday visa. Right after the
Your Excellency, an historic occasion. The signing of the Indonesia-Australia Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement brings our two nations closer together than ever before. It marks a new chapter of cooperation, of economic engagement that will further deepen the ties between our people, contributing to a shared future of greater prosperity and cooperation. IA-CEPA is more than just a trade agreement. It is a pillar in the comprehensive strategic partnership between our nations, strengthening not just our economic relations, but also, ultimately, our political, security, development, maritime, education and people-to-people ties. With today's signing, Indonesia and Australia are sending a message to the world that cooperation and trust within a framework of modern and ambitious trade rules is the best path forward. We are providing new opportunities for our farmers, our teachers and our students, our people to stand side by side, to learn from each other, to create and build prosperity together. Under IACPA, for example, Australian vocational training providers can help to train the future workforce in Indonesia. We appreciate that strengthening Indonesia's education and training system is a core priority of President Widodo. Upskilling your young and dynamic workforce, preparing them for the jobs of tomorrow. Australian training providers, who are consistently ranked amongst the world's best, are well placed to support the President's agenda. Such training will help your tourism workers, your steel workers, your farmers and nurses, helping Indonesian businesses and exporters to compete on the global stage. This is just one part of an innovative skills package that includes a reciprocal skills exchange, allowing certain professionals to gain 6 months experience working in each other's markets, as Minister Lakita outlined before. Hundreds of Indonesians will also be able to engage in 6-month work training opportunities in Australia, while over a period of 6 years, young Indonesians will, under this agreement, receive access to more work and holiday visas, increasing in number, as you've heard, from 1,000 today to an annual total of 5,000. In addition to these education and training opportunities, we know that an important priority for Indonesia is to secure increased levels of investment to fuel your growth. IACPA will encourage further Australian investment in Indonesia by providing more certainty for Australian investors. Australian businesses and service providers have helped to construct enormous energy and economic development in Indonesia, especially in priority sectors such as energy. Right now, around 50 Australian investors and service providers are in Makassar markets. A similar event will be held in Lombok next month.
Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Kita beri tepuk tangan meriah. Congratulations. Baik, kita beri tepuk tangan sekali, ladies and gentlemen. Excellencies, Ministers for Trade of Australia and Indonesia, thank you very much, and please be seated. Of the Republic of Indonesia.
Times. We hope that not only for a long time, but very high quality agreements between Indonesia and win-win solution for both countries indeed. Pressing the effort of Minister of Trade of Indonesia, Minister of Trade, Tourism, Investment of Australia, and the team for working diligently so the agreement today could be signing. Commencing the private sector from both sides through Australia-Indonesia Business Partnership Group, which has been supported by partners for both governments through the negotiation process, including by Chamber of Commerce, and all parties who included in these agreements. And thank you, welcoming warmly the idea of organizing Indonesia and Australia Business Forums today at the same time of ASEPA signing. So the business community make aware of the agreement as easy as possible, as early as possible. We hope that EU-SEPA make a new milestone in the Indonesia-Australia long-running bilateral relationship. The agreement is symbol of partnership with mutual benefit, not only today but also for the future. Our relations as neighbor is very important for the others. Not only people knows that we import a lot of meat from Australia, but many things we can do together so to increasing our economy both sides. We have similarities. You have a mining, Indonesia have mining too. That's why cooperation this side for important thing for the others. Today,